everyone. Just excuse me for a moment. The door is open and I just want to close it. So 1 second, 1 second. Hello there. I'm going to spray some lavender essential mist because I can't light incense anymore while my father's home. It is his house that I'm doing these reports and cards and such from. So to keep the peace, no incense, and I think he's just really allergic to it. So it makes him very grumpy, unreasonable, and mean. So we have to just not do that. And that's understandable, right? If someone's allergic to something. But before, I just used to think he was limiting me because I'm a child. Hello, everybody, wherever you are. So we are at October 25th. There's probably some real cool truthers or information out there that is. I just want to try to see if I can get the glare out of the glasses, but I don't know if that's going to happen today. Sorry, it's just how I am. I guess if I looked a certain way, then the glare wouldn't happen. All right, I'm going to strive to not be too hunched down so that we can not deal with as much glare. But anyway, hello. So I wanted to pull a card, at least one card, maybe three will come. I want to do a card reading, and I just wanted to, really didn't have a big thing planned. As you know, I've been tired and I've been not kind of in the groove, in the sync to really come on consistently twice a week, consistently 3 times a week to do what I want to do. And I think what I'd really love to do is kind of do what other people have kind of helped their channels is to pick my different card piles and have y'all decide which one you want and pull a card. And then just to give it a general overall talk about that day anyway, in terms of the card readings. But what I started to say on my Facebook earlier in terms of setting this up tonight is that we're still experiencing a lot of energy shifts, not only because of the Schumann resonance, which is very high, and so our body and DNA is changing. We're still dealing with the remnants of evil players in terms of just how governments and states are making some observational choices, which then may become a state law. I don't dwell on that in terms of I think that is what's going to happen. I think just so much has come to the top that's yucko. And what's going to happen is those of us who know this is a show, those of us who really remember that the light of goodness and virtue, nobility, freedom is in charge, and that whatever crap and meanness, and it seems so destructive, disturbing, that's on mainstream media, whether it's about your governor saying something or a foreign country that the reporters are reporting, it's for you to take stock in your power. It's for you to take stock in us all, me too, looking at the Constitution, looking into our rights, looking into the places we work at, and asking more questions, and then seeing who also on staff wants to ask those questions, because you are very much not going to be alone. This all being said, a remnant of what's going on energetically is that since matter is neither created nor destroyed, there are invisible things. Let me lead up to this. Do you remember the day growing up, or perhaps hearing, oh, ghosts and things, and I felt something? Well, it's energy. Okay. Remember how you might have a saying or heard of a saying from your grandmother, or maybe you grew up with, oh, her looks could kill, Not just when someone's beautiful and looks could kill. It's, she looked at me or he looked at me, those eyes could kill you. Because it's an expression, the energy portrayed through the physical. So that all being said, there's also good, like when someone has made food for you, sometimes at a birthday or a family event, or at someone's house and they were so welcoming. There was care, the energy of that care, that love, that joy, that appreciation, that desire for you to feel so welcomed went into the food as they created it, as they mixed together and pulled the boxes forward or the bags forward. So there's energy on the planet. And so there's the good feeling that we know that at least growing up, most of us often aspire to. Even the dark aspires to bring the light closer so they can feel better, and also in their mixed up conjuring psychopathic ways feel closer to the light because their trajectory and momentum has mostly been on, say, domination, almost an out of control, can't help it, or choice of can't help it. And yet they are like attracted, like a moth to the flame. They are attracted to light. Okay. So the energy on the planet is that some of us have been, maybe you feel like you've gone in and out of your body. You're experiencing like really literally woo-woo, like as if a funky ride. You may be having a temporary headache. Maybe you're hungry or some days. And I know it sounds like that. Yes, that can happen in the human type of experience that we're having, but it's accentuated. There's also being bombarded with things, instead of like all happy memories, it's almost like being bombarded by memory or choices or circumstances or conjured almost afraid of these thoughts happening. There's this scenario of, I wish I hadn't done that, and boom, that film is in your head, which brings up, I did this action, I did this thing, I said this thing, I hurt this thing, I killed this thing, I was whatever, angry, whatever said. And the emotion of many mixed of unworthiness, out of control, anger, sadness, fear, ultimately fear, um, wishing, remorse, wishing some soothingness around it because of that whatever circumstance or event. So those things are coming up. These past feelings that we thought we were done with, or these past images that we thought we experienced once we were over with, they're coming up. They're coming up mostly, yes, you could say fine tune and to bring up the shadows. So we can just, some of us, and we hope, right? We wish, we desire for them to be settled fully. But often it's just to see that shadow and to reclaim it for accountability that it is but a passive shadow and has no power over me to set me so back that I guess I'm not worthy for the light. I'm not worthy to ascend. I'm not worthy to go to 5D, 7D, 10, whatever, 22D. And it's there because of the evil, invisible energy that's still hanging around a bit on the planet and holding hard on. So think of, if you ever saw Lord of the Rings, and right, there's Saruman and there's Saruman. Saruman is the man, and am I saying Sauron? I can't say his name correctly. He's the man now entity, or being now entity, and goes through the man, but he's the I. So my point was that if you're not in physical, there's still invisible. It's energy, and it's real. Energy is real. If you feel the evil energy, it's real. If you feel that shiver up your back and that was your grandmother, the ghost, the bad, good, whatever, it's energy. You don't have to fear it, but you have to command the presence of your power to achieve your grounding, your own solid self. So I wanted to pull cards around, recognizing our power at this time with the energy of evil, with the energy of this stuff. that seems to attack us. Like you just have a moment you can't sleep and you'll have these images, or maybe you're driving down the street and things are fine and you're happy and you woke up great. And it's like, what is that thought? For me, sometimes I have a thought and I'll just offer me for a moment. And I'll be like, and I go, yammy, yammy, yam. And you know me, you've heard me before. I might say, yeah, you dumbass. I don't want to look at you when I say this. And you dumbass, say, motherfucker, whatever I'm saying, And they'll go, well, I'm not going to go over to that side. Yeah, I might have done some things. I don't really prefer to ever do them again. But I didn't go to the dark side. I didn't choose the character of Darth Vader. Well, I destroyed all those people in that town. I killed everybody, even the dogs, and now I have to go further down the dark path. No, yeah, I can appreciate if you kill the whole town, even the dogs. You kill the women, the children, the men, the birds, the dogs, and then you tell your wife, I got to keep going down the dark side because I just did all that thing. How do I turn around? No, you can turn around. No, you can turn around. Understand it's a big motherfucking load that you just unloaded and were accountable for. But you can turn around because there's always choice. It's always choice. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. So let the infinite creation of mind and energy, that infinite energy of infinite mind, decide that balance of light and dark. And collectively, those who are in physical, whether we are from 3D, 4D, 5D, whether we are 5D, 7D, 12D, whatever, 22D, then in all our stages of existence, let us collectively come together and say, yeah, we want more balance and harmony in this universe. So that's light and the dark is in balance in the most harmonic way that produces the best for every timeline, space, and dimension. And that the emissaries, the patrollers, the light bearers, the Galactic Federation police, the warriors of Federation nations will stand as guard, will keep watch, but watch too, not with their spears and swords merely, but with the energy of the frequency of love, intent, that powerful plasma, rose pink color frequency, with the plasma divine white light, with the violet flame, the rose gold flame, the violet tarot, with the thoughts, the conjuring, the assistance of the red dragon, gold dragon, white dragon, with the amazingness of our galactic ancestors, our earthly Middle Earth ancestors, that we will stand as one and hold that space that, no, we're gonna fly. We're gonna be accountable to all things and keep stepping up in our own care of clarity. And then as we are very clear, that exponentially is radiated out. So when it bumps up against what is the darker, it just penetrates through that. And while we can notice that uncomfortable energy is trying to permeate us, we don't have to stay with it. We may notice it, it may be affecting us, but the more we say how it's affecting us, then we kind of get muddled in it. So that's why we have some light worker teachers who are going through these things too, but then they bring forward the tools. Or maybe you have someone like me who's knowing some things and also studying these things and pulling information from different places to share with you, so that you're not alone, that you're not going crazy and you're not merely making things up. It truly is. So the card I pulled actually for a theme, it looks like illumination. And in this card, it is, gosh, is it number 33? Wow. I just want to get it into, okay. So it's number 33, right? So 33 is 6, which is getting rid of negative energy. Here's the card, illumination, which is, how can I do this so you can see this better? There we go. Okay. So this is basically collectively is us. Us, we are divine entities having a human experience. We know whenever someone lovely, a friend, a teacher, a famous woo-woo motherfuckers, if they say, "Oh, I'm just human," that is my like that's an irritation. No, no. Don't tell me you channel Yeshua. Don't tell me you're so psychic, and you may be, but no, you're not. Yeah, we're in this illusional body thing, temple, pillar, carbon unit, but you are a divine being having a human experience. And when you start saying that more and claiming it, then ultimately the table talk, the book, your Bible, your book is going to be, let me turn over. Okay, so with this radiation, I so cure cancer. With this radiation, I get rid of acne. With this radiation, I stay 80 looking years old. With this radiation, I stay looking 20 years old. With this, I cured pox. I cured chicken pox. With this, I cured my broken leg. With this, I sent out a radiation for gladness and cheer. Whatever. You're able to conjure it because you know I've taken accountability for your powers. So I want to read, I just want to see what the author has to say on that illumination. Part of it is, I need to visit with my own cards. I do want to kind of remember what, I do want to remember, not kind of, I do want to remember what the author has written about it because this is a very spiritual woman. What am I talking about? Align your spirit with source, remove blockages, and permit insights and inspirations to enter. This will allow you to infuse spirit into matter, right? Talking about energy and radiating it out for a cure, for a remedy, for an epiphany, for a realization, a rejuvenation. Any project can benefit from this process. Do I make this stuff up? It just happens. This is like so care. I don't even think I need to necessarily pick another card. This is so complimenting what I've just been telling you. And I don't want this to be go on and on and on. Please share this because this is really, really important for us to understand that we spellcast by talking. We make things happen by our affirmation, our word. We're spellcasting. It's powerful. And I will finish a little bit here. I'm going through my neighborhood, going to a walk into different neighborhoods, and because there was a new house I wanted to go check out. And I'm walking with a flashlight, and I'm talking to myself as if people are not outside; they're in their house, whether they hear me or not. And I'm saying this, the nice motherfucking dummies when they have put out. There's a beautiful family up the street. I don't know them. Beautiful house, and they got the skeletons like climbing on the chimney and going in. And they got these things hanging on their property, and they got skeletons sitting in the lawn chairs, and how do you call it? Adirondack chairs, the nice wooden chair things, and sitting having a chat. Like they don't understand the spell casting that they're doing. They don't understand the power of subtle and that what goes through their mind. It's subconsciously on seeing skeletons and bring a scary show, scary show, until it happens to them and someone comes with a hatchet. But then that's real, and then you want to put that hatchet person in jail because they hatchered you and they butchered you. Well, you help to bring that in by putting the motherfucking skeletons on your property, or to bring it into your neighborhood, or to bring it into your work because the invisible energy was building. And then some of you must know them. We have neighbors, right? That when they're going to come trick or treat at your door, if they do come to your door, there's going to be some kid, some adult, some teenager going to have the blood running down their face and the hatchet through their head and arrow through their chest. And what? That's a message you're putting out. Don't do that. But yes, you have choice. You have a choice. But because you do that, you're still a motherfucking dummy because you don't understand. No one's talked to you. No one's talked to you about the power that you have in the picture. We're talking vision. This is all about your vision board, what you're conjuring in, what you're talking about. I know it's going on, but it's going to be about 20 minutes here. So I'm going to also, in the description, I mentioned Michael Sandler. So he interviews, oh God, what's his name? Selig. Is it Michael Selig? No, I can't think of his name. Just a second. There's a Peter Selig. This always to make a point. Let me just go back into my Facebook really quick because I think I can find it really. easily, or I'll try to. That's dated. I don't want that. Let's see. I can find this really swiftly. Not meaning to keep you and keep you. Okay, so can't really find it. Let's see. Back here. Rebecca Jones. Where is she? Okay, that's coming. Paul Selig. Thank you for hanging in there, Paul Selig. So Michael Sandler has interviewed Paul Selig a lot. Paul Selig is a leading lecturer, author, and channels, I think the entities from the upper room. But Michael Selig, Michael Sandler, he said something a different way that maybe I heard it and got it differently, even though I knew this thing I'm going to share with you. But it just hit me a good way. So Michael Sandler, recently his wife was pregnant. They didn't have their show for a while, and they had twins. She was pregnant with twins but lost one. Michael Sandler is a big supporter of automatic writing. He did not invent it, but he has a book out on it, and because it has meant something to him and he's using it, and he was able to commune with the spirit of his deceased baby daughter. And her name was to be Miracle, and I think it was in a different language. I forget which language it was, but in any case, what he was talking about was in the invisible. It's energy, it's all alignment, it's all frequency. So this is how we connect with our departed ones, our pets, our aunts, our uncles, our mothers, sisters, people we think about, grandmothers, teachers, those who are past hundreds of years or thousands of years. This is how we can commune with them, because matter is neither created nor destroyed, and we just have to be in that frequency, that's alignment. Again, plugging your toaster into the wall. You put in the toast comes up brown because we're expecting the electricity to be working on the other side. You can't see it. Can't see the well. Yes, we can. There are people who do see energy, but let's see. Generally speaking, we're plugging the plug in to connect with that invisible, and it does. And the result is in the desire for toast through the proper channel of this invisible called electricity floating, the understanding of the alignment connection of the prongs, and that the mechanism of the toaster, we could say, is our body. We put the toast in, the toast is going to come up brown or the color that we want, right? So he was just reminding us all, we have this power to communicate, to conjure, to draw in the help that we need, to draw in the answers. And that it's just invisible, and we need not be afraid. Now, granted, no one wants to miscreate and have a 500-pound monster meet us, but that's a possibility in the probability of all things happening. If you so have entertained wanting to be scared shitless out of your mind, and you want to be scared, you certainly can attract that if, again, the alignment is perfect, and you have done that. You have co-created with that. But I just wanted to mention, this was really good. I wanted a card that would help us with the theme. I thought I might be needing to pick another card, but I just think this is good. And so, just to be clear, 3 is about motivation, movement, magic, and motion. Things happening in 3s. Mind, body, spirit. The energy of philanthropy, the vortex energy, love, wisdom, good fortune. Go after your dreams, follow your heart, connect to your highest self and your highest vision, and listen as things happen in 3. Now, 3 and 3 is 6, and I said, rid your life of negative energy. In tarot, I guess 6 represents lovers, so you might want to get rid of a lover. You might want to get rid of someone that you may have had a loving connection with, but You connect to your higher self. So rid your life of negative energy. Connect to your invisible power, your high power, the frequency that is really you. Embrace your inner peace. Sometimes, let's see, you can attract a 6. Let's see, being aware of thoughts, actions as a redirect, especially if, you know, you're going through uncomfortable, like the uncomfortable things I mentioned, that sometimes these energies, we're being bombarded, we're having thoughts that we're, if you're aware of, you then start to make peace with and remind yourself that this is the past. I am in power. I do not consent. I know that you want me to go to that side. No way. I can forgive myself for this thing. I can understand that. Yeah, I would prefer never to do this again. Yes, I might have been embarrassed. Yes, I feel awful about it, but I'm not going to stay in that feeling of awful. I have stood. I am in it. I will be accountable to that energy that I had in the past. However, it need not rule me nor steal my joy. I am now here powerful. You can do anything. You can accomplish. So connect to your guides. So yeah, rid your life of negative energy. And the 33, let's just see what the angel number 33 is about, which I've done before, but don't have that memorized. Let's see what the Google will tell us. Google, give us the symbolism of number 33. Angel number 33. Energies of empathy, blessing, motivation, integrity, perseverance, boldness, and courage are present in the number 33, a master number. Anything is possible. And it's associated with the idea of guidance. It's powerful in numerology and spirituality. Your life will be full of change and development. Ability to get things done. The angels are watching over us to bring us nothing but happiness and joy. So I'm going to end here on that note. Thank you so much for tuning in. Whenever you see this, this is about 28 minutes long. My little coyote heart just loves you. If you like my channel, if you like things I say here and there, please tell your friends. I'm looking to align with new clients and to help people with mentoring and house blessings and office clearings and energy removal of things that you don't want, and to uplift you and help you with your highest destiny, and also with the cards, the spiritual readings. Many blessings, good wishes. We are the spark of creation, and you are powered by the stars.